A warm welcome to your Barbados Today Evening News Update for Thursday, January 7. Police are now trying to get to the bottom of what appears to be the country's first murder of the new year. A St. Michael man was found dead this morning in the area of Forsland, Whitehall. Police spokesman, Acting Station Sergeant Michael Blackman, spoke to reporters at the scene.
Police were on patrol duty in the area of Forsland, Whitehall, St. Michael, when a report was made of a body laying in a trap off a concrete road. On examination, police discovered the motionless body of a St. Michael male who has been identified as Matthew Cumberbatch. At this moment, the investigations are ongoing, and we are appealing to members of the public who may have any information that can assist with these investigations to contact District A Police Station at 430-7242, Crime Stoppers at 1-800-TIPS or 1-800-8477, or Police Emergency 211 or any police station.
The mother of Matthew Cumberbatch, Naomi Cumberbatch, has been shaken by her son's death. She said he was a loving son who got along with his family, but she noted concern about his circle of friends.
Matthew, it will always be good memories of Matthew, and also bad memories. The company that he kept, but he was a very loving child. But, you know, people choose their own path, but Matthew was a very loving child.
The grieving mother called for an end to gun violence.
Too much people lost in their life carelessly. And there's too much guns on the streets. The guns, they need to get rid of the guns off the road. It's a very serious thing. Anybody could get shot. So they need to get the guns off the streets.
In other news this Thursday, the Barbados Association of Medical Practitioners, BAMP, wants the government to go beyond the curfew and restrict the movement of the public even more in light of the spike of COVID-19 cases. BAMP President Dr. Linda Williams suggests authorities should move now to reintroduce some of the measures enforced in last year's lockdown to curb the spread of the viral illness.
We respectfully suggest that government entities, companies and businesses should encourage employees to work from home wherever possible, and that vulnerable workers must be shielded. We also call for reintroduction of measures to prevent large gatherings, such as the alphabet system for shopping and banking, which worked so well for us at the beginning of the pandemic. We encourage people to assiduously avoid large crowds. This will decrease the transmission of the virus among us. It has been said that healthy citizens are the greatest asset that a country can have. Remember, economies can rebound, but often lives cannot.
Dr. Williams expressed concern that much was being made about whether there were large unrelated clusters or community spread of the virus in Barbados. But she said what could not be denied is a dramatic rise in COVID-19 cases. She advised government to better use technology to fight back.
BAMP has maintained from the very outset that the technology for geofencing visitors with monitoring bracelets should have been rolled out at the time of reopening our borders to prevent serious breaches in quarantine. Nevertheless, we welcome the introduction of this now and hope that both GPS as well as Bluetooth technologies can be employed. We maintain that technology is also useful for contact tracing and that apps for identifying clusters have been developed for this purpose and can be downloaded on mobile phones by visitors and locals alike. Data protection for this has been studied and developed in many countries that are using similar technologies.
Two British nationals were today fined $6,000 each for breaching the island's COVID-19 laws. They are Andrew Luker and Juliet Knightley, guests of the Colony Club Hotel at Port of St. James. The two appeared before Chief Magistrate Ian Weeks in the District D Magistrates Court this morning and pleaded guilty to contravening paragraph 15 of the Emergency Management COVID-19 Curfew No. 4 Directive. In that, being persons under quarantine at the Treasure Beach Hotel, they did invite a Jamaican woman to the premises without permission. The fine must be paid in 7 days or they will spend 9 months in prison. Luker and Knightley are currently on $20,000 bail until the fines are paid. Health authorities are seeking to assure the public that they are working around the clock to deliver COVID-19 test results on time. Several persons have been complaining about the long wait, and the Ministry of Health explains the delay is a result of the high number of tests being conducted lately, even with the assignment of additional personnel. The ministry has apologized for any discomfort and inconvenience caused. It said assigned personnel of the Ministry of Health and Wellness will work to ensure that they are able to provide results, schedule tests, and respond to the public in an efficient and timely manner.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional happenings, authorities in the Bahamas cleared the air on statements that the COVID-19 vaccine will be mandatory for students entering public schools. In a clarification, the Ministry of Health said people under 21 will not be given the vaccine.
In a statement, the ministry maintained that the vaccination will be voluntary, also indicating that the approved age range for the vaccines currently on the market is 16 and older. However, the statement noted that there are clinical trials underway to determine the safety of the vaccine to children between 12 and 17. The ministry noted that COVID-19 vaccines will not be offered to children in the Bahamas until the evidence suggests it is safe and with the consent of parents or guardian.
To news from the U.S., several members of the Trump administration have stepped down following yesterday's riot at the Capitol Hill building, in which 4 people were killed. Calls have also been mounting for President Trump to be removed from office. Today, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi also called on the Capitol Police Chief to resign.
I am calling for the resignation of the Chief of the Capitol Police, Mr. Sund, and I have received notice from Mr. Irving that he will be submitting his resignation. Having said that, we have the after-action review, but it goes beyond the Capitol Police. It goes to the FBI. What was the shortcoming in their intelligence that they provided? It goes to the Department of Defense. How long did it take for them to respond or anticipate the need for the National Guard? It goes to many other elements of the executive branch. And I think we have to have a full review. But from the standpoint of, well, let me just say this. Many of our Capitol Police just acted so bravely and so with such concern for the staff, for the members, for the capital of the United States. Many of them, and they deserve our gratitude. But there was a failure of leadership at the top of the Capitol Police, and I think Mr. Sund, he hasn't even called her.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.